Welcome back. I'm Andrew, your crypto guy on the internet, and we got a quick video today, just a market overview, some shocking revelations about the United States gas prices compared to the rest of the world, and another way to make money if you have Polygon Matic tokens with a Kraken account. So first, let's have a look at the DXY. That's the dollar's buying power compared to many other world currencies. It's raging. It's super bullish. It's at 107, and that's mostly because the euro is collapsing. Miss Christine Lagarde has no idea what she's doing over there, so that's making the dollar look stronger by comparison. Now, generally, when the DXY is high, the market is down, and the market is still down, but we're getting a tiny bit of a, like we're just back at the top of our crappy range. So you see a lot of green, and it looks good, but, it's a gasp of air while drowning. All right, so Bitcoin, if it has a daily close of 21.7 or 22,000, that gives us a chance at a little bit of a relief rally, okay? But don't get too excited. It's a bit of a bull trap. It's a chance to maybe take back a little bit of profit while we continue to slide lower. How much lower? I don't know. But there is room to continue going lower. I'd like to be wrong. First, Jim Cramer popped in and said crypto's worthless. That's great because everything he says, the opposite is true. But then again, 2 days ago, he said it's time for crypto, and then it tanked a little bit more, as you can see that. And then he said crypto's a joke, and now we're going back up. So do the opposite of what Jim Cramer says. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index is also coming up for air. We're in the double digits, 18. Not bad, not bad. We were down in the singles there for a while, and I was getting ready to cannibalize my neighbor. But now we're up to 18. Not bad at all. Finally, some good news. If you have a Kraken account, which is one of the few crypto exchanges that isn't tanking right now, at least not yet, haven't heard any bad news about Kraken. If you have a Kraken account and you have some Matic tokens, that's Polygon. They're a layer 2 solution to help Ethereum scale. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank is invested in these people, and so am I. So I already had some of these. And if you have Polygon Matic and you have a Kraken account, you can now stake Matic for 8 to 14% compounding interest with weekly payouts. Pretty juicy. And you can unstake it whenever you want. If there's some bad news about Kraken or something you don't like, you can unstake it, take your shit, and leave. Right? Now, let's talk oil. So we had a little bit of a scary story. Now we know oil prices here are soaring still, and Biden's blaming it on Putin and OPEC, and how there's nothing we can do about the price of gas really, other than try to cut a national tax to save us 18 cents. That's a joke. Meanwhile, under all of this fear and Biden saying he's doing everything he can to lower the price of fuel, he is rapidly emptying our strategic reserve, which is supposed to be for our military for the worst case scenario. And he's also dumping 5 million barrels out of our strategic reserve to the rest of the world. Some of it's even going to China. Why are we doing that? So then I went, okay, hang on a second. Is the gas price really subject to just the global game of oil prices, and there's nothing we can do about it? It's all the gas stations being jerks, right, Biden? Well, turns out the United States is rather expensive with gasoline compared to the rest of the world, despite us having a massive supply of it normally. So this is evidence of policies changing our price for the worse. All right, so the United States averages $5.01, okay? Now, in California, it's 50% higher than that. So it's about $7.50 a gallon in California. And the western United States as a whole is kind of infected by that. So like Arizona, where I am, I just paid $5.89 for some trashy Circle K gas. $5.89. Now, in the Midwest and the southern part of the U.S., it's 5 to 10% lower, because that's where all the Republicans and farmers are, so things are generally cheaper there. So, okay, so we're paying $5 a gallon. We're sticking it to Putin, right? This is working out. So we're stabbing ourselves once to stab Putin twice, right, with all these sanctions. So the price of gas in Russia, they're public enemy number one. The whole world is at war with them right now. It should be like $50 a gallon there, right? It's $3.49 in Russia. And that's an all-time high. $3.49 in Russia for a gallon of gas. We're paying over $5 a gallon of gas. Who's really in charge here? It's not us. These sanctions aren't doing shit. We're not sticking it to Putin at all. In fact, Putin is making $1 billion a day by exporting all his oil because he's drilling wherever he wants. He's got plenty of energy and he's selling it to Europe, and he's using that money to shoot Europe. So, this is terrific. He sells oil and energy to his enemy, takes that money, and attacks his enemy with it. It's an infinite supply. He'll never run out of money. That's brilliant. Now, that seems shocking, right? But how about this? For comparison, the average price of gasoline in the world for this period is $2.01. So maybe this is globalpetrolprices.com, that maybe they're taking into account, they do take into account every single country on Earth. And I think if you take like Saudi Arabia into account, where it's like probably 10 cents for 100 octane, I could see that the average being that low. So $2 a gallon, world average, we're paying 2.5 times that here. There's no reason for that. So the United States is the wealthiest nation in the world because of our massive supply of oil. Okay, that's the world runs on oil, and we're the biggest supplier of it, or at least we were up until recently. It is 100% Joe Biden's policies doing this to us. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, you can be as far left as you want. You have to know that at least when it comes to the price of living, it is Joe Biden's fault. It's not Putin. So this is causing inflation that's out of control. And so the Fed can't increase supply of anything, so all they can do is raise rates and force a recession, which we are in right now. It all stems from energy. There's no reason we're paying 2.5 times the world average. There's no reason for us to paying $1.50 more per gallon compared to even Russia right now with the world climate. Completely ridiculous. So if you hear Karine Jean-Pierre on the news saying like, oh, well, it's all Putin's fault, or, it's gas stations, it's oil companies that are greedy. No, it's not. It's Biden's policies, and it continues to be that. So we can change that. And we can vote here pretty soon. But either way, hey, make some money while you can on the staking matic at Kraken. Little bit of a breath of fresh air for the market. Good to see, Amazon's up since the split. What did it split? Around 108? Okay. Ooh, all right. We're coming back to that, actually. So my split was at 108. We're up to 116. A little bit of a profit on that. I don't know. We're going to wait that out for a while. Amazon's not going anywhere. So yeah, we're in a recession. Things are on sale. If you have some cash to buy stuff, good time to do that. Not financial advice, but generally you want to buy when things are cheap. Things are pretty damn cheap. Could they go lower? Yes, and they probably will. But DCAing now is a good time. Good luck out there.